Hi my friend, welcome to Joy's Tech. How are you? And Joy is back with another interesting problem which we are going to solve using dynamic programming. The problem is to find the number of times a string occurs as a subsequence in a given string. We won't waste any more time and see its problem statement right away. So you are given two strings. String 1 is subsequence, string 2 is su. You need to find out how many times su appears as a subsequence in the string subsequence. All right. So here are the different types using which su appears as a subsequence in this string subsequence. As you can see, there are 7 times and we need to find it out using dynamic programming. Very interesting question. We are going to solve it just now, that you are going to learn through this video. And if you are new to this video, I recommend you to subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon so that you get notified whenever I release videos like this and you do not miss out on any of the learning. Now let's move to solving this problem straight away. So here I am at my framework where I'm going to solve this problem. As you can see, I have formed the rows of this matrix by the string subsequence and the columns of this matrix by the second string, which is su. I'm going to fill this matrix, and here in this cell the final answer is going to be populated. Now I'll start solving this problem first using common sense, and slowly you are going to see that the algorithm is going to catch up. The algorithm will start building automatically. I recommend you to watch my earlier videos of subsequences and substrings, like longest increasing subsequence, and there are variations of longest increasing subsequence I have made videos on. You can watch those just to be comfortable with such type of questions. Okay, we are going to start solving this problem from here. Don't worry about this 0th row and 0th column. This is just to facilitate the algorithm, and as we progress you are going to know why I have done so. So we are going to start from here. Now this is our string which has to be as a subsequence in this string. So now we are comparing S with S. So does S appear as a subsequence in this string S? Yes, it appears as a substring in S. How many times? Just one time. So I put 1 over here. Okay, let's move here. Does SU appear as a subsequence in this string S? No. So how many times it appears? It appears 0 times. All right. Does SUE appear as a subsequence in S? How many times it appears? It appears 0 times. First of all, it doesn't appear as a subsequence, so 0 times it appears, okay, in the language of 0 and 1. Okay, now the string expands to SU. Okay, now does S appear as a subsequence in SU? Yes, it appears as a subsequence. So how many times? 1. So where does this 1 come from? It comes from here, because S already appears in S string. We add U to it, okay, it doesn't change anything. We are simply going to carry below this value. Okay, let's move here. Does SU appear in SU? All right, value here is 0. SU didn't appear as a subsequence in S, but here we have U. That means it appears 1 time in SU. So I am going to put 1 over here. From where did this 1 come from? The 1 came from here. All right, so already S was appearing in S. I added U to it, and here also 1 U got added. All right, so this makes it sure that SU appears in SU, because this U matched with this U. if we talk from the algorithm perspective, this U matched with this U and S was already appearing in S. So now U matches with U. So yes, SU appears in SU. How many times? Just one time. Okay. It's not about character addition. Just remember, it's about how many times a particular string is appearing as a subsequence in one string. Alright, that's why we are not adding one, unlike other subsequence examples or questions. Okay, move here. Now U doesn't match with E. Why I'm doing so? Because algorithm is going to now do this. But SUE doesn't appear in SU. So it's going to be 0. From where does this 0 going to come? From here. Alright. So one thing that the algorithm did is that it's checking this character with this character. Alright. When the characters don't match, it simply takes the value from here, and when the characters match, it goes one cell backward and brings the number over here. Now there is more to it, okay, and we are going to see that as we progress. Coming over here, does B match with S? No, so I'm going to get 1. Expand this subproblem in your mind. Does S appear in SUB as a subsequence? Yes, it appears. How many times? 1. So we have 1. Alright. So B doesn't match with U. So again I'm going to get 1. Okay. And B doesn't match with E. So I'm going to get 0 over here. Okay. This also means that SUE doesn't appear as a subsequence in SUB. Now there comes another S. Now here the situation is going to change a bit. Now this S matches with this S. Now what we are looking at, does this S appear as a subsequence in the string SUBS? Yes. How many times? It appears 2 times. How we are going to derive that number? It's very easy. First of all, when it matches, so we are going to go one cell backward, that we have already derived. So this one is going to come over here already. But now we already had S appear in this substring once. Alright, and that value was stored here. So to this one we are going to add this value, and this is going to give us 2. So we are going to get 2 as the value. That means S appears as a subsequence 2 times in subs. Okay, we come here. Now S doesn't match with U. I get 1 over here. S doesn't match with E. I get 0 over here. Alright, I move here. Now E doesn't match with S, so I get 2 over here. E doesn't match with U, I get 1 over here. E matches with E. Now here we have got our first pattern where the entire SUE is appearing as a subsequence in SUBSE. So what we are going to do, we are going to go one cell back diagonally, 1, and the algorithm is also going to consider this number. So 1 plus 0 is going to give us 1. Okay, because we discovered that here, but that is going to start from here only, and that is why we have ones over here, okay, just to facilitate the algorithm, and zeros over here. So whenever there is a match, we will have to add this cell's value to this value. Why? Because this cell contained the solution of the subproblem when SU appears as a subsequence in SUBS. And now when we have one more match, that means there is one more time our string is appearing as a subsequence. But this value, why we add? Because E might have occurred more than one time already in this subsequence. Now let's quickly calculate the values of the remaining cells and get to our solution. So let's do it for this cell. Here Q doesn't match with S, so it's going to be simply 2. This value is coming from here, like we already saw. Here Q doesn't match with U, so we are going to derive our value from here. This is going to simply pass down and I'll be getting 1. For this cell, Q doesn't match with E, so I'm going to get the value from the top. Over here, U doesn't match with S, so again I'm going to get the value from the top, which is 2. Now here U matches with this U. So what we are going to do, we already saw this value over here is going to be the summation of this value and this value. So we are going to get 2 plus 1 as 3. Over here U doesn't match with E, so I'm going to get 1, which I'm going to derive directly from the top. Over here E doesn't match with S, so I'm going to get 2. Now over here E doesn't match with U, so I'm going to get 3 from the top. Alright, now here E matches with E, so this cell's value is going to be the summation of this 3 and this 1. So I'll be getting 4, which is 3 plus 1. Now let's calculate the value of the cells of this row. So we have N, which doesn't match with S, so I'll be getting 2. Now over here N doesn't match with U, so I'm going to get 3. And N doesn't match with E, so I'm going to get 4. Alright, now calculating the value of this cell, we are going to compare C with S, and C and S do not match, so I'm going to get the value from the top, which is going to be 2. Over here C doesn't match with U, so I'm going to get 3 from the cell above, and C doesn't match with E, so I'm going to get 4 from the cell above. Now we have come to the last row, okay, and we are so close to finding our answer. Calculating the value of this cell, so E doesn't match with S, so I'm going to get 2, which is the value from the top. Then E doesn't match with U, so I am going to get 3, which is this value. I am bringing this value from the top, and over here E matches with E. So when this happens, what we are going to do, we are going to simply sum up this value and this value, and that is going to give the value of this cell. So 3 plus 4 is going to give us 7, and 7 actually indeed is our answer. So we can say that SU appears as a subsequence in this string subsequence 7 times, like we already saw in the previous slide. Now let's take a look at its algorithm. So this is the algorithm. If array I minus 1 is equal to array j minus 1, then dpij is going to be equal to dp I minus 1 j minus 1 plus dp I minus 1 j. That means cell diagonally backward plus the value of the cell at the top. Else dpij is going to be dp I minus 1 j. So this concludes our video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I hope you learned from this video. Do give it a thumbs up. I look forward so much to help you with programming and algorithms. Goodbye. Take care.